Hi, Aries. Long time no talk, right? I'm really so very happy that you guys were very patient for this, because every time I tried to do your reading, like yesterday, my allergies are kicking it, and I'm doing, trust me, like, you guys can give me all sorts of allergy remedies if you want to, but I do everything. I do the local honey and all of the respiratory stuff. I mean, I do everything, trust me. So it just is what it is. I grew up with allergies. I am in the middle of the country. It's allergy season, so I'm a little nasally. Anyway, every time I would try to, I would start your reading, and I'm like, it's not time. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I would turn the camera on, and then something would happen, or I would do, just something kept happening. And it was like I kept getting blocked for some reason. And I know that's how you guys are feeling. You're feeling and that's how you were feeling. Let's put it that way. In the last half of April, it was like every time you would try to move forward in some way, something would come along and stop you. Or every time you would make a decision that this is what you were going to do, something would come along and be like, it's like the universe was saying, no, you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. So, because we only have 5 days left of April, I can look and see what's going to happen in the next 5 days for you guys. If you really want me to, we can do that. I'm even drinking yogi tea that breathe deep. It's delicious, by the way. And it's funny because as I started reading, I read the little tag thing on the yogi teas. They have these really cool little sayings, and it says, in every moment of life, you should be what you ought to be. And I thought, how perfect for Aries in May, because it's so true. It's like Uranus is moving into Taurus and the sun is coming out. And yeah, it'll be a really slow transit, but because you guys kind of already feel that happening, it's like, thank God, my life could finally, things can calm down. Thank you very much. Things can calm. Because when Uranus is in a fire sign, much less a fire sign like yours, which is very self-starting and going, it can be pretty chaotic. Oh, that's hot. Burning my throat. Really, really chaotic. I feel like you guys are ready. You're really ready for Uranus to come out of your sign. You're also ready to have good news and live your life and be that really awesome self-starter that you are. Because things were moved around. You were taught a lot of lessons about yourself and about the people around you and the people that you need to surround yourself with for the last 8 years. And it is now time to start to settle into those decisions, because now you know who you are. The Empress, right? I talk a lot about in my personal readings about mastering yourself, because self-mastery is the whole reason of being on this rock that spins through space. Because everybody always says, what's the purpose? What's the meaning of life? Why am I even here? What am I even doing here? And we have learned these lessons lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and we've built up all this karma. And so each time you come back, it's like this whole brand new experience and these lessons that you get to learn. So your lesson for the last 8 years was, where was your life needing to be shaken up a bit? Where is it that you needed to see in your existence that things just weren't quite right? And how do we move forward in that kind of self-mastery train of thought? It's almost like the anxiety veil has lifted. Four of Pentacles. You're ready to be stable. But the thing is like the Four of Pentacles to me is kind of like you still sort of holding on to, yes, I have my blankie. Everybody talks about my blankie now. It's my son's blankie, but I love it. So comfortable. Stole it from him. Well, I share time with their dad, right? With my boys' dads. And so when he's not here, it smells like him, and I miss him when he's not here. So, the Four of Pentacles, it's almost like you're still kind of holding on to, what used to be. Or the thought process of what you think it's supposed to look like. It's like, okay, well, I've mastered myself. I know who I am now. Or I'm on the road to knowing who I am. My life is all shooken up. But you're so used to holding down the fort, holding things down really hard because Uranus is chaos. It's the tower. And we get used to the energy of it. And it's like, okay, well, I know that something else is going to shake me up, you know, coming up here. So now I'm going to hold on a little bit more. I'm going to hold on a little bit more. And we get used to having to hold on to things. You don't have to hold on so tightly anymore. You don't have to hold on so tightly anymore because I do feel like there are some really beautiful things coming to you. And so you can let go. You can let go and you can, Six of Swords, move out of that really rough time of your life. And the thought process, the really rough time and thought process. May is going to bring, I know I said we were going to do the end of April. I want you guys to get out of April. You had your birthday season was fantastic. Now it's Taurus season. And it's time to manifest things. And it's time to really move forward. And it's actually time, the things that you manifested in your season, now it's time to bring that all to fruition, right? To like make it real. Plant the seeds. So when we hit Gemini season, everything can bloom. I will say this week with Pluto and Mars, actually today, Pluto and Mars, be careful with people this week, this last week of April. We'll just say that. Be careful with people. Be careful around people. I don't want you to get into dangerous situations. It's just the way the energies are right now. I don't want you to get into dangerous situations. So, coming into a mental clarity after realizing that you don't have to hold on to things so tightly because you're not going to lose them or it's not going to be like snatched out from underneath you like it was when Uranus was in your sign. Because now, now it's almost, like I said, I'm surprised the sun hasn't popped out yet. It's almost like the clouds have lifted. The veil has lifted. Things are happening, you know, and I don't even want to use the words good luck. Good luck is coming to you. I don't like that. Good fortune's coming to you. Happiness. You're really... Those you really want to... So I got like a new deck. I mean, it's my same deck, the Spellcaster's Tarot that I use. But I had to get a new one. I mean, if you look at the difference, look how much I've used that. So I get a new one. So they're like really slippery. I just feel like you guys want to talk. Like, let's chat. I feel like you guys just want to chat. And it's so easy for me to sit down and talk to an Aries because they are like quick-witted and just funny, right? Seven of Wands, the Lovers, and the Eight of Pentacles. So now that you've come into this mental clarity, the Six of Swords, it's almost like you're just, I feel like there's still this small amount of fear of it's going to slip away. You are like confident in what you know and what you've seen and what you felt. And yet there's still this like Seven of Wands defensive mode of, I don't want to lose it. I don't want it to slip away. You could have a Gemini in your life or a very close connection with somebody. This is the kind of relationship that can be tough. And it does kind of almost feel like sometimes it's just going to slip away. Like it's there one day and it's gone the next. And you're like, I'm done with having to hold on so tightly to it. I just want it to be stable. I want to be able to have my stable life. I don't, I want to be able to build something solid and stable and grounded. And so do I want to deal with this energy that's like really strong, or do I want to guard myself and block myself from it? I don't know. Do you? Whoa. See, I almost lost them. They're so slippery because they're so brand new. And that's the fear. And that's where the Six of Swords has to come in and say, yes, but you've been through all of this, all of the lessons that you've learned in your lifetime and the last 8 years while Uranus was shaking you up a little bit. I didn't even put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Sorry about that. Actually, let me do that right now. You guys don't mind. You don't mind. If you were to open yourself up to something that's a little bit more stable, instead of being so defensive, I feel like that could, it could be stable, Aries. I don't know why I'm tiptoeing around the subject. I kind of feel like, because normally with you guys, I'm very straightforward and I'm very confident about being able to tell you, no, it's okay. It's going to be stable. It'll be fine. You don't have to put so much worry into it. But for some reason, it's my, you know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling your guardedness to this kind of emotion, this kind of feeling, this kind of opening yourself up to it. The cards are saying that it'll be stable, Aries. I don't know. I know I can feel your anxiety about this kind of relationship. I can feel how one half of you really wants to hold on to it and the other half of you is like, yeah, but it's going to slip away from me. So I'm just going to guard myself anyways. Knight of Swords. So if this is a Gemini that you're dealing with, because the Knight of Swords is the Gemini card, and you're really guarded against this person, remember who you are. It's like what that said. You should be what you ought to be. Remember who you are, because you're building a stable life. And this person, this is like that anxiety. You know, if the anxiety you're feeling is outside anxiety, for sure, you want to get into the fear is very real. I understand. Especially when you have something like this coming straight at you. Or, of course you want to be able to guard yourself against that kind of energy. The fear is very real. But you have come into your own. You've come into your own and you know who you are. And you don't need other people telling you or making you feel like you don't know who you are. So, the Empress. I mean, come on, you guys. Like, the cards are flipping out on me. All sorts of crazy. Right? The Empress is healing. And while the Empress is healing with the star, we also have the Two of Wands. So you could have an Aquarius that's kind of making you feel a little stuck. Or you feel a little bit stuck in the healing process that you're going through. It's, you know, I mean, if you look at that card, that guy, he's got one foot tied to one wand and one hand tied to the other. So it's like, I know I've come into my own, but I'm so comfortable here within this healing process that I'm going through. I don't know if I want to move. I don't know if I want to make that decision. So I'm going to hold on really tightly because I'm waiting for the next aftershock. And I want to tell you that the next aftershock is not coming. Things are becoming much smoother for you. And you don't believe me right now because the anxiety that you're feeling that somebody is going to rush in and be all sorts of angry and mad. I mean, you really don't. I mean, seriously, Page of Wands, like, it's almost like you think that this person is going to deplete you into being a page and not a queen or a king or an empress. The Empress is better. I mean, I think the Empress is better than king, than queen any day. She's creation. She's life. And you can be an Empress as a man, too. We all create things, right? So, and then we have the moon. So, Pisces. I think that it's really time for you to be honest with yourself and confront the very nature of who you are and what you want to be and who you ought to be in everything that you do. And know that if you're holding on to your life so hard like this, and you're not letting anybody come in, whether it's in a good way or a bad way. Like this Knight of Swords, you know, a lot of times I see that Knight of Swords and I'm like, oh man, that guy's really angry. But maybe he's just really excited. Could be. If you feel like things are going too fast and you feel like you have to put your guard up and you feel like, you know, I'm not really feeling myself, I'm feeling more like a page than an Empress right now. I want to tell you that if you hold on to the life that you used to have or the life that you have had, and it's not serving you, good things can't come in. The Lovers can't come in. If you keep your guard up with the Seven of Wands and you don't, if you're not honest with yourself on where you want your life to be and you know, the kind of stability that you want to have, whether it's in a relationship or it's like leaving a relationship. And I'm not saying people are breaking up. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want you to be honest with yourself. Do you want to be alone? Do you want to be in a relationship? Do you want to be in a different relationship that you're in? Because apparently there is a reason why you are so super guarded. And I want to tell you that there's no reason to be, because things are calming down. Life is becoming a little bit more stable. Balanced. Open. What is this Lover's card? Let's clarify the Lover's card. I almost feel like you need to listen to yourself a little bit more. Lover's card. What is the Lover's card? Let's ask it something different. Oh, I was going to say, okay, I'll say it before I pop the card over. What relationship is this? Is this something that's very serious for you? Is it something that can bring you balance and you recognize that, but you fear it at the same time? Justice. It's like you know that This could be with a Libra, Gemini again. We also have Pisces and Aquarius. A lot of air here. If this person, relationship, air sign, whoever it is, doesn't have to be an air sign. Could be any sign. If you know that this is something that is like, yeah, it can bring me balance, but it's kind of like one of those karmic things where, you know, we really had to like lay to rest a lot of stuff before we could even imagine. I want you to not be anxious about where, yeah, this card wanted to pop out a couple of times. The Eight of Cups. This is walking away from all of that emotional baggage. Letting it go. Kind of opening yourself up to having that stable. Because we have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Letting it bring balance into your life instead of... Because holding on to something, this isn't balanced. The Four of Pentacles is not balanced. The Six of Swords is balanced. So, mid-May. What's going to happen towards mid-May and into the end of May? I'll still do a second part of May, but I feel really bad because you guys, like, didn't get April. So, what's going to happen with this relationship, with you mastering who you are as Uranus slowly moves out of your sign into Taurus, which you're already feeling the energy, and you're like pushing that fire into Taurus. You're kind of like kickstarting it. So, what can you expect mid-May? Woo! Lots of work. Mid-May towards the end of May. Lots of work. I love it. I love this that just came out. 10 of Wands. Temperance, which is the Sagittarius card. The Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. So, still this very deep connection here. And it could be that you're really working towards patience, healing, balancing out, building something very, very, very stable with this deep connection. Or, you know, just in your family. But the Six of Cups is like, this is that soulmate that either shows up in your life or the soulmate that you've had in your life for quite some time. It's almost like, I mean, like, I'm not afraid ever to see a 10 of Wands in an Aries reading because you guys do work very, very hard. And I feel like the patience to get the coins, to get the stability, to make it happen is really like there's a lot of strength coming from whatever connection this is. And I feel like it is because you are choosing to walk away from all of that emotional baggage that you carry with you from relationship to relationship. We all do it. We all do it. We all carry that baggage. But I do feel like you are walking away from all of that emotional baggage so you can have something more stable, and you're working very, very hard with it at the end of May. And maybe listening to yourself a little bit more instead of, oh, and then there's Uranus in Taurus. The Tower. See, now I have to clarify the Tower. Let's leave these 4 cards out. Uranus does create chaos. Yes, it is going to create a little bit of chaos while you are in Taurus, while we're in Taurus. But it doesn't have to be scary. I think it's just kind of like that foundational thing. It'll just be like a beginning kind of lurch, as we, like how we did while Uranus was in your sign. We got used to things being shaken up a little bit, shook up a little bit. And we have to really recognize how to calm things down. I think you guys are on a really good path. I'm not scared of the Tower for you in May. My anxiety since starting this reading has gone down tremendously. Like, you guys really have, no reason to be, afraid of the Tower. Why do you have no reason to be afraid of the Tower? That card really wanted to come out. The Knight of Cups. So, somebody offering you love. And it could either come as a shock to you, or it is this very close connection, and it's kind of shocking to you that, like, you know, wow, do I actually get to have this now? Is this kind of that shakeup that, you know, now my foundation, I get to, there's that air sign again. I get to have something real. Oh my God. Aries, no. All right, guys. We're going to stop it here. I want to tell you that the Six of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So I'm pleading with you that before I even show you these cards, you've got to come into some mental clarity, because seriously. So here comes along somebody offering you, could be that air sign, Queen of Swords. And your fear of the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Wands is still very real. So you're afraid that this back and forth connection, this lover's connection, that is not easy to have in life because they mirror us. It is a person that mirrors who you are. The Six of Cups, it mirrors you. It brings up old shit and it brings it to the surface, and it makes you heal and balance yourself out, right? So here's this person again, showing you whether it's a karmic, whether it's a soulmate, whether it's a divine partner. They're all different, right? They do things differently to us. And you're like this, you know, you're not feeling like a page anymore. You're feeling more like a knight. But your fear, Ten of Swords, this is just a thought. This is a fear. And so when I said, I don't want you to be afraid of the Tower, I don't want you to be afraid of the Tower. This Tower is nothing to fear. You guys are going to be just fine. And how do I know that you guys are going to be just fine? Well, because I feel it. Because the calming effect that has come over me as I've as I've gone through your reading. This Six of Swords, I mean, you are confronting some very real things with the Moon and the Six of Swords in May. Especially the second half of May. It's like you're coming into the beginning of May, still holding on to, like, I don't really know where my stability is. I'm holding on to things from the past still. And there's this very real relationship. And if you keep holding on to all of the old stuff, people, places, things, and you keep your defenses up and you don't allow this healing to happen and you don't allow these gifts to come in from the universe and you don't allow this person to come in who, yes, it's not easy, but it's real, right? I think you're coming to the end of the thought process that things are going to be totally devastating in May. So I hope you guys had a really great April. I'm so very sorry that I did not get the second half of April reading done. I really am sorry about that. So I hope that you liked. I will still do an extra video for you for the second half of May, but I wanted to give you a little preview since you didn't get the half of April. You're the only sign I've done that for, so there you go. If you guys would like to have a personal reading, check out the InstantGo app. That link is below if you have an iPhone. My website, fearlessintuition.net. For the next 5 days, the relationship readings are still on special. On May 1st, I will have a different special. So, and I will keep everybody updated about that. But for the next 5 days, the relationship, the soulmate, twin flame, divine partner readings, you can find out who this air sign is, because I don't know. they're all on special. So check that out. And I also have a few, I'm not sure how many I have left. I haven't looked today, but I just have a very small limited amount of $10 email readings. The email readings are a 5-card spread. You get a picture, you get a description. You will receive the reading within 10 days after ordering it. So I hope you guys are all really great, and I'll see you for the second half of May. Bye.